What's up, YouTube? We're going to talk about some good advice for first-time buyers, not just first-time buyers, but anybody who's considering getting something of their own. This will be a grown-up video, so there will be nicotine in it and all that. It will not be for kids. So if you're a child, exit stage left, get the fuck out of here. Mature audiences only. You know what I'm saying? First things first. We're just gonna run through some things that I wish was kind of passed on to me whenever I was starting to get into these firearms and dealing with these things like that. So we won't try to keep it too long, but we're gonna see. I do have a couple of firearms I will bring in the presentation, for example, and things like that. But let's get into this gun advice. You know what I'm saying? So first things first, I will say if you're getting into it, go ahead and do some research. Figure out first off what your state laws are, because I know there's a lot of them out there that don't have the same laws as others. And where I'm from, it's very like across the board, not really overbearing. I'll say it like that. Don't stay out towards California, none of those blue states or nothing. But in the Midwest, I will say they are a lot more lenient. That's the word I was trying to say instead of overbearing. Research your state laws, figure out what's a no-go, what you can do and what you can't do, and also just figure out what is legal and what isn't. Some states allow AR pistol braces, some states allow binary triggers, some states allow FRTs, super safeties, all that, but not every state. Okay, so that's why it's very important you go check out your local gun laws, and it can be different depending on different counties as well, so that's something to take in consideration too for it also. So not just only state laws, county laws, and also federal laws too. Because sometimes them FRTs might be legal one day, the next day they ain't gonna be. Them SBA braces might be legal, AR pistol braces might be legal, next day they might not be. So you always wanna keep tracking of everything, keeping track of what's changing, what's not, what might change, what is gonna change. I know for a while, California had certain bans on ammos or something like that. Like you had to register to buy the ammo, something, and that could get you in a lot of trouble if you're not knowledgeable of what you're supposed to have. You know what I'm saying? I do live in the Midwest, so we do not have a mag capacity ban or anything like that. You can have as much ammo as you want. You can damn near carry as much ammo as you want. It don't really matter, but for sure, research your local gun laws off the rip. Secondly, I would say go to the gun range and test calibers to what you can manage specifically. Some people can fucking manage down, a 9mm. You know what I'm saying? 9mm mag, whatever. I got the Sexy +5 on there, so it don't really matter to me. But some people don't like a lot of round count. So I would say maybe try out a Glock 43X, try out a 380 something, definitely start off with 22s, because that'll build your confidence, and not only that, it will help you manage your aim point, understand? So start off small. You don't have to be the biggest, baddest motherfucker. Oh, I go to 10mm. All right, can you hit with it though? You know what I'm saying? Can you manage the recoil? Because anytime you will be in a self-defense situation, you are responsible for every round that comes out of that firearm. It doesn't matter if the dude was on you. You are responsible for where that bullet lands and where it goes after it leaves your firearm. You will be held accountable for every round. So say you got fucking 6 on target, but then 2 hit Lil Sally down the road fucking mile, whatever, however far it fucking goes. It could be just right across the street. You are liable for every round that leaves your firearm. So make sure you go to the range, You pick something that is manageable. You pick something that is comfortable to carry, not too big and not too small either. We do not pocket carry, all right? Buy a fucking holster, all right? Even if it's a cheap little $20 off of Amazon, it does not matter. We like safety, all right? I know it's cool as fuck to be the biggest and the baddest and the dumbest motherfucker out there, crash out, all that shit, but nah, we like accountability and we like safety, okay? Make sure you got something that will hold your firearm correctly. It'll keep your trigger safe. You will not have no P320 activity, all right? No cheddar bobs anywhere in the comments, nowhere. We rebuke you. Get away. Shoot. You know what I'm saying? Also, train calibers. Don't be sitting here trying to take some long ass shots. All right, that's cool. You can fucking hit at 60 yards, 70 yards, whatever, 100 yards. That's cool. You're not gonna be fighting nobody 100 fucking yards away. All right, you're not gonna get in a gunfight 100 fucking yards away. And if you do, it's not a threat. All right, that gives you time to get the fuck away, get the fuck on, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Practice 7 to 10 yards, groupings. You want them about fist size. And if not fist size, you want them even smaller than that. You want as much accuracy as possible. I know it's fucking awesome walking around with a fat ass full size Glock 22 or a fucking Glock 20 with 10 mil or whatever, walk around with a Glock 21, 45 caliber, cool, whatever. That's awesome. Fucking, you're not gonna be hitting shit that fucking far, especially not off the rip. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna take practice to accurately hit that far. So the way you practice, all you gotta do is load 10 rounds. Load 10 rounds, 3 shots a pop. You know what I'm saying? Every drill, 3 shots only, okay? I had 3, so don't call me fucking stupid. 3 shots only, all right? Start off at 7 rounds. Get some decent groupings. You know, again, you want them at least fist size. That is probably the best way you can compare, the best way you can practice. Take your 3 shots, put your fist up there. All right, how far am I? All right, I got 2 alphas and 1 Charlie. That's a perfect fucking start. Also, 7 to 10 rounds, use your irons. You do not need a fucking $300 optic on your pistol off the rip because that's a fucking handicap, bro. That battery's eventually gonna die, and God forbid anybody's lazy enough or even fucking, you know, motivated enough to go buy another fucking $5-10 battery when you could have the most reliable optic, which would be your fucking iron sights. You get good with the iron sights, it's gonna fucking train over into the fucking red dot, and then at that point the red dot is just fucking cake. You know, you get it sighted in, you get it where you need, and you can fucking ping shit all day, hit steel, hit paper, doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be the best that you can be, start with your iron sights. And I'm gonna give you an example of iron sights for you newbies out there. You know what I'm saying? Excuse my camera shaking, it's all good. But we are gonna show clear. You know what I'm saying? Showing clear. Nothing in there. You can see down the pipe. No mag, none of that. These are your iron sights. Every pistol, unless you're building a firearm, putting all your safety pins, all your triggers and, you know, mag releases in there, unless you're doing that, it should 100% come with iron sights. Boom. 1 iron sight, 2 iron sight. You get good with these iron sights, you will be good in any aspect of a firearm, okay? You'll be able to understand your distance, you'll be able to understand muzzle raise, how far you gotta fucking raise it in order to shoot it, all that, you know what I'm saying? Off the rip, do not waste the money on an optic until you are good with your iron sights. And at that point, you'll have enough money stacked, you can go buy the best optic. You go buy a EOTech, you go buy a fucking, a Vortex or a fucking what's the one everyone's fucking on about, Holosun or a fucking, God, there's one that I'm just blanking on. But anyway, it's expensive as fuck and it's obviously worth the money, but you don't need it right away. You need to be good with the functionality of your stock bare firearm, okay? Do not go wasting and spending all this money, because then at that point you're not only handicapping yourself for whenever things go left and you can't, I don't know, maybe you lose your optic, maybe it falls off, maybe you're just dumping rounds in it, you ain't have them screws popped in, and then you're out fucking for $300, you can't find your fucking optic. You know what I'm saying? Practice with your fucking iron sights, okay? If you can't be good with iron sights, you will not be good, fucking period. You'll be relying on fucking bullshit ass red dots that don't do you no good when they're dead. All right. Second thing, we talked about distance shooting. Once you start getting a good kind of feel for how good you are up close and personal, that 7 to 10 range, then you can start moving your targets out farther and farther. And even then, you still need to take the time to make sure you are accurate enough in your groupings at that distance, right? All right, cool. You had 2 alphas at fucking 30 yards, but you dumped fucking 10. You know what I'm saying? Where's the other 7 go? You are accountable for every single round. So make sure you are practicing your groupings, whatever distance you choose. And again, start off small, okay? Start off fucking small. That's about the best advice I can give for a pistol. As far as for a rifle, I fucked up and got a 7-inch, right? When in reality, I probably should have started off with a 16-inch rifle. I still have the 7-inch to this day. It didn't go nowhere. I still shoot it. I haven't trained as much as I need to with it because I am walking around with the pistol every single day. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a rundown of things you need to look for, right? Things you need to practice, things you need to train on. We're gonna make sure this is fucking clear and safe, you know what I'm saying? I do have this strap set up all wonky because, you know, it's just sitting ready to be dropped and all that. So let's take this off real quick. We're gonna do it off camera so nobody fucking yells at us about fucking community guidelines and everything. So my bad. I know it's awesome, but all right. As we can see, no mag. You know, you see the BCG all the way down in there. We're gonna lock this back. Boom. So clear. Nothing in the chamber, right? I fucking love this thing. Anyway, I had to wait until I was 21 to get this. I know everybody wants an ARP. I know everybody wants the ghetto ass fucking buffer tube hanging out. Everybody wants the 5-inch. I had to wait till I was 21 to get this motherfucker, right? But in that time, I still could have went and got me a 16-inch and done a whole hell of a lot more training and understanding the firearm, not just understanding, but understanding the recoil, bullet drop, velocity, fucking feet per second, you know what I'm saying? Those are all things you need to take into account before buying your firearm. Because you could be buying this fucking 7-inch pistol, but you need to hit long range, long distance. I personally don't plan on taking that long of a range shot. So a 7-inch did seem practical at the time, but you need to understand the firearm fully. Not only do you need to understand how far it's going to go, especially when we were just talking about that, you know, accountability of every round shot, especially in a self-defense scenario, you need to understand the recoil, the velocity, the fucking feet per second. You need to understand the ballistics, because if you carry something like this around every day, this will punch through someone, okay? It doesn't matter if you have hollow tips. It doesn't matter if you have anything of that nature. It will punch straight the fuck through someone, okay? So unless you're shooting this mug indoors, you got bricks on your house, maybe then, but even still, you don't want to take that chance and have to face the repercussions of it. Understand that certain things are gonna have more recoil, certain things are gonna have less recoil. If you want the best, most optimal shot that you can possibly have, go with the longer barrel. Okay, I'm just gonna put it like that. If you want to take long range shots, I'm not talking sniper level. I'm not talking fucking 1,000 yards out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just talking 100 yards, 100 to 500 yard shots, right? Even 5 is fucking a lot. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sit here and act like that's even a practical fucking shot. responsibility is going to be your best friend and your biggest enemy. You know what I'm saying? Understand the penetration, understand ballistics. This 7 inches goes at about 2,400 feet per second. Now it varies depending on what caliber you're shooting. It varies what ammo you're shooting, 100%. But basic run of the mill 62 grain fucking 5.56, it's gonna go pretty fucking fast, which also leads into over penetrating. If you are using this for fucking self-defense or anything like that, you're more than likely gonna be fucking over penetrating and shooting through whoever it is that you have a problem with or is bugging you. You know what I'm saying? Don't overdo it. That is basically all I'm fucking saying as far as buying a rifle, buying an AR pistol, something like that. Don't overdo it, okay? Get you a bare minimum, preferably something with a Picatinny that goes all the way down, all right? These are things that I didn't understand when I was getting into it, and I started doing a whole bunch of fucking nonsense. Yes, this firearm is fucking awesome, but in certain situations, it's not fucking practical, okay? And that is the whole issue. You want it to be practical. You want it to make sense. You want it to be not just manageable, but you want to be responsible with your purchasing. It would be fucking awesome to have the shell catcher, to have the fucking, all the Streamlight, Surefire fucking flashlights and the fucking vertical foregrip, which is not legal on something this small unless you have it registered. That's another thing as far as gun laws, you know what I'm saying? If you have a short barrel like so, you have to do very specific things in order to make it legal, not just for carrying, but also for purchasing. You cannot have a stock on the back of this, all right? It's little intricate things like that. I mean, you can if you want to pay for a fucking $200 tax stamp. Who the fuck wants to spend an extra $200 fucking dollars on a goddamn tax stamp? Let's just be fucking real. An extra $200 will get you not just more ammo, not just more training time, but also something that, shit, you could drop an extra $200 on a fucking Geisley something. You know what I'm saying? If you have the money to dump into it, make it fucking practical, bro. Like, I mean, I do, for a while I was carrying, I wasn't even carrying this thing for a while. I just sat, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have an optic. If I had even just a bare minimum fucking iron sights, that would have been better than fucking waiting X amount of months to get a fucking red dot and do all that. I did buy the cheap fucking red dot, so I'm not gonna sit here and act like I just had the most expensive shit. I bought it, this whenever I bought it, around the Christmas time, it was like 120 bucks. You know what I'm saying? So granted, that doesn't seem like a lot, but with the way the world's going right now, that's a lot of fucking money. Okay, we're just gonna be fucking honest, all right? Do the shit that makes sense and that will be practical for your everyday miss. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody wants to leave their gun in their fucking car. All right, let's just be fucking real. Also, practice just being accurate. All right, yeah, it's cool to fucking dump 50, 60 fucking rounds, but what the fuck are you hitting at the end of the day? Are you sitting here actually trying to manage your recoil? Are you sitting here actually trying to, you know, make good shots? That is what all of this shit is about at the end of the day. It's making the right shot, the right time, not overdoing it, because that's a thing too. You can get in trouble for overdoing it. You can get in trouble for fucking overshooting someone. That is a very real thing. It's called fucking, I think it's called like intentional manslaughter or something like that. But like, hypothetically, right? Say I'm carrying my pistol, not my AR pistol, but my regular pistol on my hip. Say you're carrying and you got in a little scuffle, you know, you feared for your life genuinely and the fucking circumstances lined up, you, God forbid, you had to fucking draw your firearm, right? Do not overkill that person, because that will look bad on you, that will look bad on your intentions, that will look bad on your state of mind, your mentality going into the scuffle, all of that. It'll make you look like you're a fucking menace. And oh, I dumped a full mag into him and I reloaded and dumped in him again. I didn't want him. No, You want to get the fuck away from that person, not just de-escalate the situation to the point where you don't have to use this, but also maybe they're just having a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they just have mental fucking issues and they just needed a fucking hug, right? De-escalation. Don't fucking sit here and overkill somebody. Don't be quick to fucking draw your weapon, because you can go to jail for fucking intimidation too. That's a real fucking thing as well. Don't be willy-nilly fucking flashing people, brandishing a firearm. That's still a felony in itself. Brandishing a firearm, raising your shirt up, hey, I have a fucking gun and I know how to use it. That's still a fucking felony at the end of the day. Don't be fucking stupid. Be smart. Have a fucking genuine state of mind about this shit, all right? Don't be fucking ignorant. Don't be arrogant. Don't be a dumbass. Don't be trying to fucking just be quick to jump to something. Trust me, everybody when they first get their firearm is probably thinking, oh, I have a fucking... If you've never been in trouble, you probably thought, oh, I just have a quick fucking way to deal with this situation. Just don't fuck with me because I have a gun. No, it is a last resort. Even if you have a fucking pocket knife, you should pull that out first before you pull your firearm. You know what I'm saying? Even if you have a knife and you don't have a firearm, use your fucking hands first. All right? Everybody wants to walk home and go home decent. Everybody wants to see their fucking family again. And even if you don't have family, everyone wants to see a better fucking day. All right, don't be stupid, don't be willy-nilly, and don't be quick to draw your fucking gun, because at the end of the day, you might not be fully prepared for those repercussions that come with it. Now, I am, you know what I'm saying? I don't try to sit here, I don't try to flash my gun, I don't try to sit here and try to fucking, you know, just be walking around open carry in my pocket, no cheddar Bob, you know what I'm saying? No, be smart. This is a last resort. This is if shit hits the fan. You know what I'm saying? If you were in that life or death situation, not every situation is a life or death, no matter how hard you try to fucking portray it, no matter how hard you try to sit here, there's always fucking circumstances to where, oh, everybody can walk home okay today. Everybody can leave home okay today. Everybody can see their family okay today. You know what I'm saying? Uninjured, not even a fucking fist drawn. You know what I'm saying? Not even put your fucking dukes up, Mr. Fancy. None of that shit, all right? There's always another way around it. What we want is responsible carry, okay? So with that being said, practice close up and personal. These problems are not going to happen fucking 100 yards. And if you're pinging somebody 100 fucking yards, it probably wasn't fucking justified, because what the fuck is this person a threat to you being a fucking 100 yards away? Okay, now I get it. Prepare for war, civil war, boo-hoo, cry about it. Politics fucking suck. We all get it. Don't be fucking stupid, all right? Be wise is basically all I'm trying to say. Be wise about how you carry. Be wise about the situations you put yourself in. Try to use de-escalation first and everything, because everybody wants to be the baddest motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to walk around, chip on their shoulder, fucking don't mess with me, I'm a badass, but there's always somebody fucking better, all right? And you could train every day, and God forbid you get in a scuffle with a dude who trains even more than you. You know what I'm saying? There's always a badder motherfucker. And they don't even look like the most regular motherfuckers either. They don't look like the most regular people. The dude who was walking around with a tiny little pocket rocket, a little LCP 380 Ruger, you know what I'm saying? He might be a badder motherfucker than you with your fucking decked out Glock 19, Glock 45. Oh, I got the fucking Geisley trigger. I got this fucking X amount of recoil spring. I got an FRT in my Glock. Okay, can you up it quick though? Can you be surgical with your fucking shots? That is what all of this shit is about. It's about accuracy, being fucking disciplined with your shot placement, and not even just shot placement, with your fucking you know, just being disciplined in firearms, period. Every round you are accountable for whenever that leaves your fucking gun. So if you're sitting here, oh, fucking one-handed mopping a motherfucker, if you need to train like that, train like that. But make sure it's accurate, okay? Make sure it is fucking accurate, because you might have been genuinely defending your life. But again, I'm gonna say it one more fucking time. You let off fucking 10 rounds, 6 of those hit before fucking knock down little Sally and little Lizzie down the fucking road. Why the fuck do you have a firearm at that point? If you're not good with it, you don't plan on fucking getting good with it, what the fuck responsibility do you have fucking carrying that shit? You're done at that point. You know what I'm saying? You put yourself in a steeper situation to where, oh, I could have just let off 3 and would problem solved. I'm alive. Sadly, dude ain't. But at the same time, fucking, he was coming at me. I feared for my life. You know what I'm saying? He had a knife. He had a gun himself. He was brandishing. Don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on shot placement. So get down, understand your gun laws, and know what is practical. Okay, 7-inch ARP, not always fucking practical. You might not even have to buy one of these until fucking 5 years down the road. You know what I'm saying? That's more or less a want than a need. But at the same time, I understand the aspect of it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. Okay, that is completely understandable. So the only thing I would really say, you don't need fucking 5 ARPs. You don't need fucking 10 pistols that are all different fucking platforms. What you need is to get good on one platform, right? More or less, that's why I only have one AR. I want to get more, but I will later on down the road whenever I am more confident in the training aspect, whenever I can do more training, whenever I can hit more drills. Shit, might even join a fucking shooting competition at one point. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But until that time, spend the time, spend the money, do your research on the things that will make you fucking great with what you have. All right, you don't need a fucking Gen 5 Glock. All right, as much as everybody would fucking love one, everyone would love that fucking the newest and the greatest, latest and greatest, whatever. You don't need it. All right, the Gen 3 runs just as good, and it's gonna fucking smash through any fucking ammo you get. Even a fucking, even going to a pawn shop, right? Going to a pawn shop and fucking buying something that's already broken in, that's already had 1,000 rounds through it. That's gonna be 10 times more reliable than buying a brand new fucking $650 fucking Gen 5 Glock. You know what I'm saying? Be fucking smart. Use your noggin. Be cheap, and it'll be okay. Because the more you are cheap, the more you spend time fucking getting what you need, and not just, oh, let's just make this shit look cool. Let me put a ported fucking barrel in this. Okay, not every gun is gonna be ported. You're not always gonna have the money to go through and drill holes in your fucking barrel. You're not always gonna have the money to buy the compensator either. You know what I'm saying? And they're not always transferable either. You know, you might buy a Glock fucking compensator, and that's gonna be just straight up, oh, for this Gen 5 Glock, and then you won't even be able to put it on, say, this PSA Dagger or the 43X that you got. And then you can't even manage the recoil of the 43X because you're used to training on a fucking compensator. Compensators jam too. Let's just be real. Let's fucking put it all out there. Compensators jam too. I've never had a Glock that jams on me, and if it did jam on me, it was because of user error. It was because I did not have a stiff enough hand placement on there and fucking limp wristed. But if you have everything on point, right, and ready, you won't never have to worry about fucking jams. If you understand your firearm, you will not have no issues, okay? Practice, practice, practice. Try different calibers before you go and make that permanent purchase. You buy fucking 10 mil, fucking 10 mil Gen 5, dude. Oh, fuck, I don't like the way this bitch jumps. You spent fucking $650, and that's not even talking about the extra magazines that you got and the ammo that costs even more fucking nowadays than it has ever. You know what I'm saying? Be fucking practical. Be fucking mindful. Always make sure that, oh, this fucking pink gun or this fucking gold gun is fucking awesome. All right, but what's gonna be the first thing that's being seen out in the fucking woods? That fucking glare from the sun hitting your fucking gun, or the fucking, you know what I'm saying? I keep a FDE, right? Wintertime. If I ever choose to go hunting with this 9mm, you know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna be able to see my gun. You might see the little accents, but overall you're not gonna be able to see that. Fucking springtime, summertime, when everything's green out. I ain't got it fully OD, but what matters and what you can see, it's gonna blend in. You know what I'm saying? Make it fucking practical. You don't need a fucking Cerakoted fucking 14-inch, 10-inch, 11.5. That's just wasted money. Because at the end of the day, what's the first thing a person's gonna see? Oh, There's a fucking bright ass orange fucking AR over there. There's a bright ass fucking green one with camo and all that shit. It's not fucking practical. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. Do your training first. Understand all of your firearms and what works for you. Because shit, I might buy 11 and a half. That motherfucker might be too much recoil for me. Who knows? I might buy a 16. That might be too much recoil for me. It probably won't. Let's just be real, because that's like the most generic of it all. But like, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Don't be dumb. Don't buy extra shit that you don't need. That is not what is needed for the moment. All right. Buy the bare minimum. If you need a 30 round mag, get the 30 round mag, but only buy one. Right? You can fucking do the same amount of work with a 20 round mag. Granted, it don't look cool. We're not here to look cool. We're here to be accurate. We're here to be strategic, and we're here to make it all make sense. You know what I'm saying? I've said it a million times through this fucking video. Practice, practice, practice. You don't need them fucking long distance shots with your fucking pistol. You don't need them fucking 1,000-yard fucking shots with a 7-inch AR. And you don't need to be stupid and fucking shoot an AR with one hand. All right? Set it up. Get your iron sights, get your fucking, your 20 round mags, and then I'll say it like this. You don't need a fucking ambidextrous fucking goddamn, charging handle. You know what I'm saying? You don't need an ambidextrous, especially if you're going to be the only one shooting it. Now I get it. You know, if you got friends that, I don't know, y'all make a battle plan together and oh, shit hits the fan, I'll meet up with you, this, that, and the third, that prepper shit. You know what I'm saying? That would make sense, because not everybody's fucking right-handed. But I'm not sharing my gun. You know what I'm saying? This is going with me and only me. The only other person who might touch it is my wife. And even she knows how to fucking use it, right? Started her out on a 22, buy an AR, all the same ergonomics, all the same handles, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Make it make fucking sense, all right? Do not waste your money. Do not sit here and go fucking broke because you have, oh, I got 10 different platforms. All right, you're not gonna be shooting fucking 10 different platforms. You're not gonna be shooting 10 different types of fucking pistols. All right? That comes on later, whenever we're like 30, fucking 40, whenever we have real grown up money, not this fucking middle-aged fucking, oh, check the check bullshit. I hate it, but it is what it is right now. As much as I would love to have fucking 10 AKs and 10 ARs, it's not fucking happening right now. You know what I'm saying? But what I do have is this badass 7-inch, and I'm gonna run this bitch until it fucking cracks. I'm gonna run this bitch until it overheats, until it trashes out. But if you take care of it, it won't. You know what I'm saying? Clean it. Fucking make sure all your parts are good. Don't overshoot, because meltdown is a real thing. Fucking up your gas block is a real thing. Fucking breaking your BCG is a real fucking thing from overuse and not fucking oiling things right and things of that nature, okay? Do your research. Understand what the fuck you're trying to shoot for, and don't overdo it. Okay, somebody with a 16-inch barrel with a fucking M16 style fucking iron sights with the A iron sight, and then that one little flip up in the back could probably outshoot you with all your fucking EO techs and your fucking magnifiers and all that shit. It is all about understanding your firearm. And just because a lot of people have all that extra shit on their gun doesn't make them a better shot either. It handicaps them, right? You get good with the bare minimum, you'll be the best across the board, all right? Let's just fucking put it like that. These irons will last a whole hell of a lot longer than a fucking battery inside of a fucking AR or inside of a fucking red dot. Excuse my mix-up. Oh well, brain fart. It'll last a whole lot longer than a fucking battery. All right, so long as you take care of your weapon. Worst case, you might have to add Loctite to whatever you're screwing in. That's fucking easy fucking money. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you have the money, do it. But understand your firearm. You don't need a suppressor. You don't need a compensator. Understand your recoil, understand your grip, understand how hard you have to hold it, how much you have to put through it. 1,000 rounds is a good fucking bookmark, okay? Do your shit, be safe. You made it on a mission, I'll catch you on the next one. Excuse the rant. I just wanted to give some decent advice for anybody who needed it out there and whoever was, kind of on the fence about it. You know what I'm saying? Do yourself some justice, don't waste the money. practice, practice, practice. Get good with your firearm before you upgrade it. All right. Peace out. Have a great day.